It says going live. It says we are live. Now we need to know from all of you.
Can you see us? Can you hear us?
Are we indeed live? Can you see us? Can we hear us? Do we look as handsome and beautiful as we should? As are appropriately so?
Well, I had to put a lot of makeup on this morning.
What do you mean?
Clear.
Why?
Because it looks like I haven't slept in a week. And my bags are like down to here.
It's because Jordan and Laura were keeping you awake till all hours of the night.
That was you keeping them awake.
Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't remember. Hi, friends. Let us know. Can you see us? Can you hear us? That's what we need to know. Does it sound good? And does it look good? Looking amazing, Sherri. And honestly, that's what matters. You got that cruise glow going.
Oh, thanks.
Honestly,
I sat in the sun for about half an hour. That was it. So I still look very pale. It's fine. It is true.
Also, I do want to thank, looks like we have a lot of our moderators here. Justin and Lacey, Vanessa, Mary, thank you all for keeping the trolls at bay, or as Sherri likes to say,
taking out the trash.
Thank you for taking out the trash. I hear you.
Anita's stuck in the airport. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Stuck in the airport.
Flight was delayed.
So here's the thing. Here's the whole point of this live stream.
Jordy says, I can hear you. No comment on the scene. Jordy, you're my favorite.
Jordan. Okay, so here's the whole point of this live stream. We're home. We got home yesterday.
As evidenced.
By what?
No, we just take our whole back off.
We take the whole. This actually is fake.
This
is a green screen, you guys. None of this exists. We actually live in Des Moines, Iowa. Paid actors. LeggLife's not even real.
Correct.
I'm kidding. So we're going to talk about the Viewer Cruise. We're going to talk about cruise vlogs, when they're coming out, how long they are. Mm-hmm. We want to answer some of your guys' questions. We want to talk about the number one question that we have received without it. I mean, hands down, since we got back.
Yeah.
Is when the heck are you doing this again? Because either you went and had a blast and want to go again, or you saw everybody posting and you're like, oh, crud, I missed out. I can't miss the next one. You had some, who in here, I want to know in the chat, who was watching all of the like social posts and just had like a week of FOMO? That's what I want to know.
I mean, really me, because I went to bed at like 9 o'clock every night.
Actually,
I was like, I can't make it.
Sherri was actually talking about that. She had FOMO and she was on the cruise because there were so many different people like doing things.
Yeah. That
you had FOMO.
Yeah. I wanted to do all of it.
For those of you in here who might be a little older, FOMO is fear of missing out. Sherri, we've got to show love to our elderly viewers. We love them. We haven't touched our bags yet. Oh, our bags. How are we doing on like getting home?
90%.
90% unpacked, and
all the laundry's done.
All of the laundry is done.
Not put away, but it's clean.
And we have gone Costco shopping, stocked up our fridge, and filmed a keto haul video. You guys won't see that for like 2 weeks because we have cruise videos.
Correct.
Yeah. So, a couple questions about Missy.
And I showered, so my hair is still wet.
Thanks for showering.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Missy, I saw a couple people ask about Missy, how she's doing with us being home.
She's great. We got some good snuggles in this morning.
She's been pretty lovey.
Mm-hmm.
My mom is in here. She said, thanks for the FOMO information. Honestly, I had my mom in mind when we were talking about FOMO. I was like, there is no way my mother knows what FOMO is. So I had to explain it. Still haven't folded all the laundry.
No, ours is literally on our bed in a basket and still in the dryer. It's in 3 different places.
Millers, isn't that what the girls are for?
Right.
Like, right. You have 2 girls. Isn't
free
that
labor.
Free 100%. If you have kids, that's free labor. 53-year-old here. I didn't know FOMO was. Well, now you guys know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, fear of missing out.
Shannon says, hi, Adam's mom. She missed you.
She did.
My mom or Missy?
Well,
probably both. Okay, so wait, was 5 seconds from booking but didn't have a roommate. Would have had to double the amazing 360 rate to be alone. So let's talk a little bit about, let's start with cruise vlogs. Okay?
Okay. I don't know what I'm allowed to talk about and what I'm not, because you have all the blog ideas. And so you're going to have to lead this conversation.
Okay, I will.
So we're clear.
I will lead the conversation. And if you start to give away super secret, top secret information.
Just push me off the chair.
I'm not going to push. Why would I push you off the chair? Why would I push you off the chair? That was like the most ridiculous response to what I would do.
Oh, well.
Just push me off the chair. No, I wouldn't push you off the chair, because one thing that we learned, we talked about this in an Instagram Live, is on this cruise, we learned just how darn protective you all are of Sherri.
Yeah, we did learn this.
Whoa, let's talk about this now.
There's something on the screen. Hang on.
It's just my face. That's just how I look. I mentioned this in an Instagram live yesterday, and I just want to say thank you. And to those of you who weren't there, who may be hearing this for the first time, one of the most encouraging things about this entire cruise for me, you guys know that I was concerned about Sherri on the cruise, just simply from a overwhelming introvert standpoint.
Right.
It's a lot of people. A lot of people can want a lot of you, and a lot of attention, and you only have so much of yourself to give away.
Yeah.
Right? And so that was a concern of ours. We talked about that in vlogs. We were worried about that. Sherri, what was that like?
It was kind of a non-issue. And honestly, I think that like there were so many people probably every single one of you that the first thing you said, how you doing? Are you overwhelmed? How you doing? How you feeling? Yeah. And just really like wanting to make sure that I had the space that I needed, which I fully appreciated. I think that it wasn't so much of an issue because there just weren't the crowds
on the ship.
And it's not so much like meeting people that's stressful to me. It's like being in crowds. Like even if I'm only talking to one person in that crowd, I'm in a crowd and it like stresses me out. So it's just like a sensory overload kind of thing for me. So that just wasn't an issue on this.
And Sherri touched on this. It was really amazing because as we would walk around the ship every single day, this happened multiple times. People would just come up to us. People who I didn't even know were part of our viewer cruise. People would just come up to us and be like, hey, Sherri, how are you doing today? Are you doing okay? Are you doing all right? Like just kind of checking in on her. It really felt like the entire community that was sailing was there to also like protect Sherri and check on her.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable.
It really was. It was so nice.
We never considered that you guys would do that. And so just like from the bottom of our heart, thank you for the way that you all just like showed you guys, it just showed that you guys know us.
Yes.
And like that I don't know, it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. I did see, I want to scroll up. Oh, that's hilarious. My laptop's not a touchscreen. Just tried to do that. I'm a moron. Shelly Clark, thank you for the super chat, first of all.
Yeah, thank you.
She said, glad you guys had a safe and wonderful trip. Do you think a single person would have fun on a Disney cruise?
We had a few like single travelers on our cruise. I don't know if any of them are in here. But talking to both of them, they had a blast. So yes, I think you can still have fun.
I think so too. I think that there is enough to do on a Disney cruise, whatever you want. So if you're the kind of person that really does just want to like relax and sit by the pool and read and just like rest, there's space for you to do that. But if you want to stay busy doing trivia or doing animation classes or doing like different things around the ship, there's enough for you to do there as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, we have no experience personally with going on a Disney cruise by ourselves. But yeah, I do think you'd have fun. Here's what I'll say, and I'm going to use this as a segue. You don't have to go on a Disney cruise by yourself because if we do another viewer cruise, which we'll talk about in a second, you could go with, well, probably 250 of your closest friends.
Right. You might be in a room by yourself.
You might be in a room by yourself.
On a cruise by yourself.
That's right. Yeah. So Cameron says the Legg boat, hashtag the Legg boat, the sequel down payment. Thank you for the super chat, friend. Also good attention getter. Cameron
wanting attention.
Should we just talk about this?
Yeah.
Should we just talk about the sequel? Should we dive in? We have 229 people in here.
We're not going to talk about dates right now. We do actually have it booked, but we're not going to talk about the specific.
Whoa, Sherri, give it away.
We're going to talk about it.
You guys, we are doing another one.
Debbie Medford.
Not only are we doing another
Thank
one.
You for the super chat.
Not Debbie. Debbie, you're like family now. You and Michaela were just like some of the highlights of the cruise. We're doing it again. In fact, both
a part 2.
We're doing a part 2. In fact, both Sherri and I and Justin and Lacey have booked the viewer cruise.
Yes,
we have the dates. We know when it's sailing. We know what it is. We're just waiting a little bit. We're going to wait until we get through our cruise vlogs, and then we're going to announce it. Okay? And then we're going to announce it.
Stay tuned. Watch all of our cruise vlogs, and then we'll announce it.
We picked a date that is far enough out that
you can kind of save
you can save for it because they are expensive and we know that.
Yep.
I like what shit. You guys are the worst. You guys know me so bad because I will give it away on this live stream.
I know.
But I can't.
Stop it.
Pray for me. Can you share where at least? No, we kind of can't because it's sort of a unique itinerary.
Yeah.
So if we said
you'll be able to figure it out.
If we said one thing about it, you would know.
Yeah.
You had to say something. Justin, don't mock me. Oh, Oh, no, I can't give it away. Here's what we're going to do. And
No,
look at you
he's
guys,
the
East Coast
worst.
or West Coast. Can't tell you. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to announce it in 3 stages. We don't know the dates yet, as far as when we're going to announce it.
Right.
We are going to basically announce it to our patrons first on on whatever day, like let's say Friday.
Mhm.
Saturday, we will announce it to the people who cruised on Viewer Cruise 1.0.
Yeah.
So the early adapters, the people who got in,
The early adapters.
get that day. And then the next day, we will put out a video on our channel announcing when the cruise is.
Mhm.
So it's coming to everybody.
Yeah, we will announce it.
Here's what I'll say. Within the next 3 weeks, maybe, hold on. I got my editorial calendar here. I got my, what is it called? My
At a glance.
at a glance here. Thanks, Auburn. I believe probably, well, I can't get to it right now. Early November, within the first 2 weeks of November, you guys will know where the cruise is and you will be able to book it.
Yep.
Okay? Oh my gosh, there's so many of you guys commenting. I'm so far behind. Dates, what ship? I think maybe some of the single cruisers could double up.
Ooh, that's an idea. Yes.
I love that idea. I love that idea. So yeah, how often can I DM Adam and get him to tell me? Christmas, honestly, probably every day. I probably will be horrible at keeping this. Zachman's 2, that's it. We're booking it.
Mhm.
Okay, let's talk about this.
Mhm.
You and I are big fans of Justin and Lacey.
Yeah.
Like they're friends, they're family to us. We really love them. But then as YouTubers, we really they are really special.
Yep.
They're just really talented.
Yep.
And we say this a lot. And I want you guys to know we genuinely believe this. There's going to be a day when their channel is bigger than ours. I think there's going to be a day where their channel dwarfs ours. And for us,
we're really excited for that day.
we're so excited for that day. And for us, the fact that we get to play any small role of helping launch them is a huge honor. And so one of the highlights of the cruise for me was seeing people recognize them because they went into this like, oh, it's a LeggLife Viewer Cruise. And I remember a conversation we had with them. He said lies. I remember a conversation we had with them kind of like, hey, just so you know, like it may be our Viewer Cruise, but
They're
you
cool
guys,
headliners.
yeah, but you guys are going to be recognized on this cruise.
Mhm.
And it was so fun for us to see people recognize them. It was so fun for us to have people come up to us and start talking to us, be like, hey, where's Justin and Lacey? Like, we really wanted to meet them.
Yeah.
And so it was just, that was really fun for us to watch that happen for them as well. Yeah. Would love to come. Depends on price. If we can come from England. Well, it's coming. Yeah. Soon. Gigi, you guys just made my whole night. I will room with someone. A couple things.
Yep.
That we are going to, we have a lot of, the second Viewer Cruise will be very different than the first one. We already have a number of things planned and in the works. Justin and I have basically, I think we've almost broken Marco Polo over the last 24 hours. And I'm sure Sherri and Lacey are so annoyed with us.
Well, I was just like, okay, so I took a shower and I got out and there were 18 missed Marcos. And I was like, why did y'all not just FaceTime? Like, wouldn't that have been easier to just actually have this conversation? And I don't know.
Honestly.
You guys are crazy. 18 Marcos
Yeah.
in a 15-minute shower.
So the next Viewer Cruise will feel much more, I don't know, I think with any event or anything you do, you learn things every time you do it.
Yeah.
Right? So yes, we're doing a part 2 because part 1 was so far beyond what we expected. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that, Sherri.
Yeah.
We went into this. What is Marco Polo? Yeah, so Marco Polo is like a video chatting app.
Yeah.
Lacey said she has 43 unwatched Marcos. Why doesn't Lacey stop watching this live stream? Go get caught up.
No.
What if the LeggLife and our Z-Roll cruise sells out?
The entire ship.
Sounds that would be insane. Love the buttons and stickers. We're doing buttons and stickers and more next time.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Going into it, we didn't know what to expect because we've done meetups, but we've never done anything like this.
Right.
And so we had hopes and expectations, but we weren't really sure. What to expect. What did you think about the viewer, not the cruise itself, the Viewer Cruise experience?
I really enjoyed it. And I think like we said, we didn't have enough time with everybody, as much time as we would have wanted. But I feel like we were able to meet so many people because we had like days to do it instead of like, here's our hour block. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed being able to just meet people face to face and actually like have a conversation.
It was so great.
Mm-hmm.
There were some, when I think of the interactions that stand out to me, it really were the interactions that and this is the one that I just go back to, was in the gift shop.
Yeah.
We're standing there in the gift shop checking out, got to have the coolest conversation with someone that was just like, I don't know, just it meant a lot to me, and it was really touching, and it was kind of the depth of conversation that we want to be able to have with people, but we don't get to on YouTube.
Right.
And so yeah, so I wish we would have had more time, but
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So next time, hopefully more time.
Oh no, people forgot to ask for buttons. I'm sorry. I tried really hard to like ask people if they already had buttons, and I know that I missed a bunch. I'm sorry.
Doug asked if I trolled any of the other vlogs. No, I am in the background of a couple of them. I think I get in the background of the Millers. I think I get in the background of Anita's. I don't know if I ever got in the background of Justin Lacey's. Probably, but I don't think it was intentional.
Justin Lacey's, but I don't think that you ever did like the creepy walk by.
Okay, first of all, incredibly rude to call it a creepy walk.
It's not wrong.
Samantha asks some COVID questions. Just so you guys know, we are going to make a video at the end of the cruise series talking all about our thoughts about COVID.
Yeah. A whole like wrap up.
A whole wrap up video. Here's what I will say, Sherri, just kind of overall. Did the COVID restrictions make this cruise not worth it? Did it impact it for the negative? Give me like just a quick overall, your thoughts.
It was different, but not less than.
Different, but not less than. I love that.
Yeah. Without going into detail, Disney, I thought, did a good job of like, they couldn't do this, so they did this instead, but it was a different experience, but not worse. No,
I totally agree. A couple questions. Did they limit things like capacity? Yes, they did. They limited things. I did see one time outside of the movie theater, they had a like at capacity sign put out.
Yep, they had that sign kind of near every entrance for like the D lounge and for like everything, but I only saw it out one time.
So I will say that if there's something you want to do, just know that they do limit capacity when it hits. So maybe get there early if you want to.
Yeah.
Also, we have 280 people in here right now at once.
God. Tracy, thank you for the super chat. What was her message?
Tracy, thank you for both being so wonderful.
Oh, well.
Tracy, thank you.
Thank you.
I can almost guarantee the Vruse is not on the Wish. I can guarantee the Vruse is not on the Wish.
Correct.
But here's what we want to do. I'm going to give away a little. bit. I'm sorry, Justin.
I'm sobbing out loud.
It's okay.
You're the worst.
I know. Here's what I think would be really cool is if we, as we're planning these viewer cruises, keep moving from ship to ship so that people who maybe only cruise on viewer cruises because they're Chris says, here he goes. You know me, friend. So that as people cruise with us, they have the opportunity to go on all of the cruise ships. Rather than just being like, you know what, let's just do the Wonder or let's do 12 cruises on the Disney Dream. We think it'd be fun if every viewer cruise was on a different ship. So that the first 5 viewer cruises, we got to knock off the first 5 Disney ships. What do you guys think? I think it's a fun idea. Doug.
Thank you, Doug.
Thanks, friend. You're always so encouraging.
Yeah.
If I had a pair of bagpipes here, a pair or a set? What do you call them? Probably a set. If I had a set of bagpipes here, I'd play you a song. Most important was Cove Cafe open and the same as usual. I noticed no difference in the Cove Cafe experience.
Same.
Cove Cafe experience to me was completely and totally the same. Yeah, completely and totally the same.
Yeah.
Loved it. Loved it. Loved it.
Same great coffees.
I've done the Magic and the Wonder, but not the Dream and the Fantasy. Are you going to make sure the next cruise there's banana soft serve? I don't know how to make sure of that.
I had to call ahead. Hey, can you make sure this is on this one?
Oh,
don't screw it up, Disney.
Yeah, Disney. Did they still have their little snacks at Cove? They sure did. That was the thing. Like, it was so great. Adam, I will say nothing. 5-minute future Adam. My social security number is, yeah, it's basically me. That's basically me. They did have fireworks as well. We are going to see those in the vlog. Oh, can we talk vlog?
Yes. Hang on.
Okay.
Did they have a reason for no banana soft serve? Yes, we asked, and they said that it just didn't make the shipment for that cruise, that it was going to be on the next one.
They said they hate me and they don't want me to cruise with
But
Disney
they did
ever
have
again.
mango, and it was actually
Not really.
really good. The mango was really good.
The mango ice cream, I'm going to admit, is a very, very close second to banana in my mind. You guys want to hear about the vlog that's coming out tomorrow? Disney Cruise Day 1 video comes out tomorrow, and I can genuinely say this. In all, like, our 6+ years on YouTube, there has not been a video that I feel more, like, nervous about. I'm genuinely nervous about tomorrow's vlog. Because this is, like, the stuff that you guys all find us from. Like, 80% of the people who are in here found us through videos just like tomorrow. And so I feel this anxiety. Anxiety is not even the right word. I feel this, like, tension around Disney Cruise vlogs. Because
okay, but they all found us through this, and you didn't feel the tension before.
That's true. So don't screw it up, Adam. Yeah. So the video comes out tomorrow, and you guys want to know something really exciting about the video? So our Disney Cruise Day 1 videos, we've done 5 of them in the past because we didn't vlog one of the cruises.
Right. Our first one, actually.
Our first one have all been between 19 and 22 minutes. So typically a Day 1 LeggLife Cruise vlog is between 19 minutes and 22 minutes, kind of showing you guys our day, showing you our Day 1 experience. About 15 minutes before this live stream started, I finished the edit completely and exported it.
Mm-hmm.
The Day 1 cruise vlog that is going up tomorrow is 52 minutes long.
So buckle on in.
You guys, 52-minute cruise vlog.
Yeah.
Coming tomorrow. I believe it is the longest video we have ever put up on our channel.
Yeah.
I think that the 45-minute Alani vlog was the previous longest. I think this is now the longest video we've ever put up on our channel. And we really do try to bring you along through the entire experience of what is it like to arrive at the port? What was it like to, where do you put your bags? What was it like going testing? What did they tell you? And there are a couple moments that I capture that I really love in the video. And I want to just tell you things to look for, if that's okay. It's the moment that I'm even, like, almost emotional thinking about it. Jeez Louise. So sitting in the terminal, waiting for test results. Sherri and I got approved to go through. We got cleared pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And there was kind of this big group of people sitting together that we were with. There was Justin and Lacey and their family. There was Cam and Laura and Mary and Scott, and there was Michaela and her mom, and the Millers were right there. And so we were all kind of in this area, and we got approved quickly. And
everybody else didn't.
And everybody else didn't. And so we had the opportunity to go on the cruise, to, like, get on the ship. And I couldn't. Like, I couldn't bring myself to get on the ship not knowing, like, our friend's status.
Right.
And so we basically just, like, stood there.
Even the cast member was like, you
the cast member was like,
you can go.
You can get on. I'm like,
no, we can't.
No, we can't. Because
I
oh gosh, I couldn't get on the ship not knowing, like, the status of everybody. And so we waited, and then, like, we would see them start to get approved. We saw Debbie and Michaela get approved, and then we saw, like, the Zachmans, and we saw Mary and Scott, and we saw Cam and Laura, and the Millers were the last ones, and so that like, was
everybody cheered.
Everybody cheered.
So fun.
And that was where I actually got the most emotional, and I caught a little bit of it in the vlog. I wasn't vlogging when it happened, because it was like the Millers, the last ones, and you saw them like when they got cleared. And I just, like, it was this flood of emotion because I looked around this waiting room with people in there, and almost everybody was now in line cleared. And, like, all of our people were getting on the ship with us. And it was just like, I can't even describe the emotion in that moment. That to me was the most emotional moment of the entire cruise.
Everybody's through.
Was that we were all cruising together. Like we made it. And it's just like, it wrecked me. I was like, I had to sit down and I was just like, just undone with emotion. That was a crazy moment.
Yeah, that was the most stressful thing. And I think like once we knew all of our family was gonna like make it on, then we were just like, okay, the cruise is starting. We can actually be excited now.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Ryan asked if we know if any LeggLifers didn't make it on. Ryan, none that we know of.
Right.
As far as we know, and we've tried to check, every single person that was a part of our group made it on, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Which is genuinely crazy. So everybody made it on. Yeah, and we talk about that process in the vlog. It was stressful, and we'll talk more about it at the end. I could have watched your embarkation day vlog in that time.
Wait, 57 minutes. Oh,
Jennifer, I'm so sorry. Okay, so that's that was one of my favorite moments in the video. Some other favorite moments in the video were so Landon Zachman is just like a favorite moment throughout all of these vlogs.
Every meal,
especially post 9 p.m. because Landon, to me, Disney should hire him to talk about why it's so good to be on Disney Cruise. Because at the end of the night, he's just like exhausted and like almost looks happy drunk and still eating chocolate ice cream. It's
like
just
staring and just like.
And so we would laugh at him every night at dinner. That sounded rude, but we would because he was amazing,
amazingly hilarious.
And so it was just, I don't know, you guys. There was so much great stuff. Hold on, let's see. Are you going to do excursions with the group? I don't think so, because the reality is on the next viewer cruise. So we had, so we had 109 people sign up through the Facebook group, like the actual like sign up sheet that we had that were on the ship. But then we had a bunch of people come up to us on the ship and be like, "Hey, hi, we're here." I'm like, "Hey, hi, what's your name?" They're like, "Oh, we don't have Facebook."
Right. We weren't part of the Facebook groups because we don't have Facebook, but we're part of your group.
So we actually think it was probably closer to like 120 or 130 as far as the number of people who were actually there with our group, because I didn't think enough about all of those people who don't have Facebook, but we're still going to show up.
I know that's something that I think we'll do different for the next one, is actually post more on YouTube and on Instagram and try to get like a complete list of like kind of all of our social medias and try to.
Well, and we'll be doing registration different because I already bought a domain for that.
Okay.
Did you not know this? I might be the owner of viewercruise.com as of last night. Give me 5. I'll high five myself. So website coming soon. I don't know if I should have said that. I probably should have waited on that. Use a Google Doc. That's what we did, but we need to, do it more than just through Facebook. So yeah, huge group. But that was a huge group during the middle of COVID on the first viewer cruise where people had no clue. The reality is I think the next viewer cruise, Justin's laughing at me. Justin and I were talking. I don't think it's unrealistic to think that we could have 200, 250 people on the cruise with us, which is crazy. And over 300 people watching. I don't think we've ever had 300 people at one time in a live stream in our whole channel. What? I loved walking down the hall to our room and seeing all the LeggLife magnets on doors. Oh my gosh.
It was so much fun.
Can we talk about this? So one of the things that we gave away to our LeggLifers were these, like, I cruised LeggLife Viewer Cruise magnets. And the first night, Sherri and I went around and put them on everybody's door. Bunch of effing losers.
Okay, well, you can hide that one.
Sorry, it was hidden. Just like, thanks.
Okay.
Also, that's probably why you'll never have a viewer cruise. Sorry. But so we went and put out all of those magnets. And then when you walked down halls, you just saw doors, like just so many doors of like our magnets.
It was so fun.
Oh, it was so cool. I think a higher number is possible. No, I think a higher number is possible as well. But I don't want to, but it exhausts me thinking about that. Like when I think of that many people, so I'm just going to tell myself 200 to 250. And it could very well be more. Oh, Let's see. When do you do an event like this? Do you have to call Disney and tell them ahead of time? Good question. I tried. Never heard back from them.
We got zero response.
Literally never got zero. I got zero response from Disney for 2 years planning this.
Correct.
And so we just did
Like
it.
not even a stock response, just like no response
No.
whatsoever.
Now I do want to say
Fine.
today I talked to somebody when we were making our reservation for Viewer Cruise 2.0 named Shep. Shep with Disney on the online chat was a hero because he gave me a whole bunch of well, not a whole bunch, but he gave me like some contact information for like some private event stuff that could be possible on the next cruise.
Mhm.
So fingers crossed next time we're not in COVID, and yeah, could be more if I get a date for the next one. Hint, hint, hint. Well, and I have good news. You will get a date for the next one eventually. Roger.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, friend. Hopefully we're going to make it to your part of the world, which is actually very close to us eventually. I heard you once say that it may be the only viewer cruise. Donna, it may, honestly.
At the time, we really truly thought, and I think we got about halfway through this one, we were like,
We knew.
we need to do it again.
Yeah, we for sure thought that this was going to be the only one
Mhm.
for a lot of reasons. And we did. I think it was about halfway through this cruise that we just knew.
Mhm.
And the way I described this, I think I described it in the podcast and maybe on Instagram. And to me, it's the best description I can give of what the viewer cruise was like. Is it was summer camp.
Yeah.
Because you're away with a bunch of people, some of whom you know, some of whom you don't, but you make a whole bunch of friends. There are tearful, sad goodbyes. You post all about it on social media about how much I love you guys. Like, I miss you. I can't wait to see you next year. Like, and so it really did feel like, it felt like LeggLife summer camp. That's how it felt. And it was so fun. In fact, it's going to be weird if we ever cruise without 100 friends, because I just loved always having people around to hang out with and talk.
Mhm.
Were there a lot of kids and teenagers on the cruise? Good question. There actually weren't. There were
Not a ton.
there were a few families, but I do want to keep one thing in mind. What do you think about that? Remember that the COVID restrictions for families caused a lot of families to drop out.
Mhm.
And so if we do another one of these, when we do another one of these, if restrictions are different, I think there's a chance we could see more kids.
Right.
Michaela and friends, how is little Baymax doing? Little Baymax is amazing and makes an appearance in tomorrow's 52-minute cruise vlog. I can't believe we have a 52-minute day one cruise video. I'm still getting teary thinking about it. I don't know how I'm going to get through editing. Editing was tough for me, Laura. There were a couple times just like reliving that stuff that I had to like pause because I was like feeling the emotions rise. And so I needed to give myself time to like go get a drink of water, walk away and come back. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Hi guys from Indiana. Hello from Indiana. It's summer camp for grown-ups. But it's not just summer camp for grown-ups. It's summer camp for kind of like everybody. Like there were families there, like the Miller's girls. It seemed like they had a great time. I know that Tucker and Landon had a great time. Like the Richardsons. That's exactly right.
Mhm.
Like your kids had a great time, I think. I hope.
So. Seemed like they did.
What if they were like, oh, it was terrible.
Never again.
Worst cruise of my life. It's so funny. Oh my gosh. We're so bummed we missed Lindsay sing. That was one of the highlights.
I know. I went to bed.
You guys, Lindsay Miller crushed a Hamilton song at karaoke.
And Michaela, and I missed them both, and I'm sorry.
Wow. Favorite part of the cruise? The people. The people.
Hands down. Actually getting to meet all of you guys. Because now when I see your screen name pop up on here, I'm like, I know who you are.
It's not even a close second. There's not even a second best thing I liked about the cruise. The people and the connections and the conversations were so far beyond what I expected that it was just unbelievable. And it wasn't even the people in our group. We had so many amazing conversations with cast and crew who watch our videos that we had no clue about. That
was the surprising part to us, I think. There were so many cast and crew that came up to us and like, you guys have a YouTube channel, right? We watched all your vlogs.
There were Lewis and Lo were kind of the first two that really stood out to us who just started their contracts on the Wonder.
And Anna.
And Anna, that's right. And kind of came up and like, hey, we just started and had never been on a Disney cruise before. Didn't know what this would be like. Binge watched all of your cruise videos to figure out what it's going to be like to like go to work.
Right.
That was cool. And then
Yeah.
like we have to have great conversations actually with all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was just so cool. Getting more and more FOMO by the minute. I'm sorry. Sorry guys. I'm trying to scroll up because there's so many comments. How was the food? The food was Disney cruise food. It was I noticed no difference. Tell me if I'm wrong. I noticed no difference in the quality of the food.
Nope.
There is some difference in the quantity of the food.
Mm-hmm. It's a little bit more of a limited
Yep.
menu.
Even Cabanas was less food than normal.
Mm-hmm.
Cabanas is
still delicious.
Still delicious. You'll see it all in tomorrow's vlog.
Yep. Lisa says, can we do a pin or sticker? We did little pins. That's what we were trying to hand out to everybody. And I'm sorry we missed people. To kind of put on your lanyard so that everybody would know that we're all together. We
did not end up doing a midnight meetup. Well, not an official one. There were a bunch of us that like still gathered until, I don't know, 2 a.m. But yeah. Motion sickness. Can we talk about this?
Yeah.
You've had motion sickness on previous cruises.
Yes. I got those little patches from my doctor this summer, and they worked wonders. So the first night and the last night were pretty rough. The last night was like super rough. And I felt it, like you can still feel it, but I didn't get sick at all, which was amazing.
Jennifer says, my teen stayed in vibe as long as possible, and my youngest was always in the pool. I was alone a lot. Jennifer, I believe your teen, Ty, is that right?
Is that right?
Ty? I think he was the first person to ask to take a photo with me on the entire cruise.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because like we don't have a lot of teens that watch our channel at all. Like that's not our demo. And so I thought it was so funny that like this teen guy asked to take a photo.
Yep. It was super awesome.
Getting more FOMO. Sorry. Cabana is traditional-ish. You don't serve yourself.
Right. They have like the glass kind of covering the food and you just say, I want some of that. I want some of that.
Yep.
And they dish it up for you and then hand you your plate.
DCL does not allow fish extenders currently. They are trying to limit room-to-room interaction, and so fish extenders were not allowed. So what we did is, just being honest, probably what we did was not allowed either. But when you bring 100 friends on the ship, you're gonna frickin' do it anyway. Do it anyway. Return my emails, Disney.
It did kind of start like circulating around the ship, though.
What's that?
Like our group. And that we were like kind of all together.
Oh yeah. So we did, just touch on one thing real quick. So what we did is we went around all the staterooms and put like little thank you cards and magnets on the doors, but you weren't allowed to do fish extenders.
Right.
But yes, it did start to circulate about like our group. Want to tell that story?
Yeah, we were in, what was it, Cadillac?
It was in Cadillac. It was Cam and Laura.
With Cam and Laura, and the piano player actually came over and she was like, are you guys part of like the family that's on board? And we were like, yes, as a matter of fact. I loved the way that she phrased it. And you could, like, later in the conversation, you could kind of tell that she knew who we were. Because then she was like, so you're the Leggs, right? But yeah, it was like circulating around like crew that there was like this massive group of people.
But the fact that it was like a family group
I know
made me so happy because I was like, that's exactly what this is.
Yep.
That's 100% what this is.
Yeah.
If you don't know what fish extender is, it's just a room-to-room gift exchange. We have a video about it on our channel. You can search that.
I'm sure we're the parents.
We're the parents. It's funny that the couple who can't have kids is on board with our 109 chitlins. Oh my gosh. I've blown through my first water, now I move to my second water.
That's why I got you a second one.
You know what? I don't care what Laura says about you. You are not bad. Were you able to eventually meet everyone? Yeah, that's weird. I don't know, Sherri. What do you think?
I don't know.
Actually, I'm going to say for sure we did not.
No. And I know that there were a lot of people that were intimidated, I guess, or like nervous to just come up and say hi. And again, we didn't know who you were. So there were a few people that kind of walked by and like gave us glances and like kept walking. I didn't really want to be like, hey, who are you? Because if they weren't part of our group, like that's just creepy.
Yeah.
So we really needed like everybody to come to us. And I know that there were some people that just didn't feel comfortable doing that. So I don't think we met everybody.
And that makes me feel bad in some ways because like, I know, like I wanted to meet everybody, but I don't know who everybody is. Right. Because like you guys might recognize us if you watch, but but we don't necessarily get to see your faces and know who you guys are. And
Mm-hmm.
so in some ways, like it really does require you guys taking the initial step, just to even say hello. But even up to the last day, there were people who were coming up to us who were just like, I've had to work up the courage the entire cruise to say hi. And then, like Sherri said, there'd be people that like would walk by and like almost like it would seem like almost like take a step to say something, but then not.
Yeah.
And so it's hard because like we really were there for you guys. Like that's why we are there. We were
Right.
not there for like our vacation. We were there for the community, for you.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do wish that we could have met everybody. But
I don't think we did. I know. Viewer Cruise t-shirts next time.
Maybe.
I'm kind of thinking maybe.
Yeah.
I think that if we did something, I was kind of thinking like how to do this. I don't think it'd be something you would purchase like through us because then we have to have stock and we're not gonna do that. But I think if we did like a design through Teespring or something like that, and then everybody could just go buy their own shirts.
I think Viewer Cruise face tattoos. Next time, Viewer Cruise face tattoos, we all know who we are. Fresh ink, right? Do you know the age range of all that came? Oh gosh. No, I don't.
Not a clue.
I like foam fingers. Damn, foam fingers. Yeah, so we loved meeting the people that we did. But no, I don't even in 4 days we didn't have time to meet everybody. I'm super awkward and nervous to meet people, which is why I never went up to our Z-roll. Anita, they're such good people.
Yeah.
Hold on, I did see Gigi. Thank you. Gigi asked, did you use a travel agent? And how were the drinks of the day? Let's start with the drink of the day question, then let's talk travel agents, okay?
Drink of the day.
Sherri, how were the drinks of the day?
Excellent.
They were so good. Unless you're married and can't have pineapple juice, and then every day I would read the drink of the day and just feel bad.
I know.
I'm like,
I was
no,
like, they all have
Mary.
pineapple juice.
They were perfect.
They were all really good. I had far too many.
What? It's true. We are a channel that does not hide that. We don't mind drinks of the day.
We had a lot.
We had a lot. Let's talk now about travel agents.
We did not use a travel agent.
We did not. And I'm gonna give a blanket travel agent statement here on LeggLife and tell you why we haven't partnered with one. First of all, travel agents are ridiculously helpful. It is a free service with normally experts to help your family's vacation be smoother and book better, right? We don't use one only because I'm a super big control freak when it comes to our travel, but I am pro travel agent. I want to put that out there.
Mm-hmm.
The reason we have not partnered with one is we have received, oh my gosh, we have received messages from travel agents saying, hey, I actually share your videos with my clients, which I think is cool. But here's what happens. Let's say Sherri and I partnered with a travel agent. What would happen is that here's the reality of it is no other travel agent would then start sharing our videos if
we're like, hey, go use this travel agent, not this one.
Right.
This one.
And so what happened is that our channel exists to inform, inspire, and do good. And one of the ways that we inform is by having those videos reach a larger number of people as possible. So we get to inform people when travel agents use our content. And for them to use our content, we just don't want it to be branded with some agency. Mm-hmm. And so for us, here's the thing. Could we probably get lots of kickbacks from a travel agent if I was to book 250 people on a Disney cruise through them? Yes. We probably would do very well off of that partnership. It's not worth it to me for what we want our channel to be about. Mm-hmm. I'd rather earn less money and less commission and have more people be able to find our videos and let them inform their vacation. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It is not a knock against travel agents at all. I think agents are amazing. But for us, it's important to me that we don't sacrifice one of our 3 core values in order to partner with one individual.
Yeah.
That's kind of where we stand on that.
Yes. And so if you want to use a travel agent, there are hundreds out there. Go find your favorite one. 100%.
Find them and use them and love them and support them.
Mm-hmm.
But for us, yeah. The 2.0 cruise, is it during school times? You guys have to wait. I don't know. My favorite was ordering the non-alcoholic drink of the day. Oh, that was actually Lacey's too. Lacey also ordered a non-alcoholic drink one time.
Twice in one dinner.
Sherri, your hair is perfection right now.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I showered and it just dried, so it's a little bit
Boom.
all over the place.
You did your hair mask tonight too, didn't you?
I did.
My mom had the bartenders making up drinks for her.
She did.
Oh my gosh, we're control freaks too for planning our cruises. Okay, so I think we're caught up on comments now. Thank goodness. I found you in 2017 when daughter told us about Disney Cruise. Loved them and been watching ever since. Thanks, Christine. That means a lot to us. Yeah. How did the cruise line app work on the ship for texting?
Great.
It works great. I do have a complaint though.
I do too.
I wonder if it's gonna be the same complaint.
I wish that you could search for people by their name, because we would meet people, and unless you're like, hey, what is your 6-digit number? You can't actually message them. So I wish that we could like search by name, and you can't. You can only search by number. Like you have to have their number in order to initiate a text.
So when you get to the port, and you'll see this in tomorrow's video, I actually talk about this. They give you a piece of paper that says like, here's how the on-ship app works. And so you kind of register yourself and you're given this code. You know, your code is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so if I want to chat with Sherri or like Cam and Laura, I give them my chat code, and then we can kind of text for free through the app.
Right. But you have to get that code.
From
everybody.
What I wish they would do, along with what Sherri said, I wish they would give you your chat code 3 days in advance. I wish we had our chat codes in advance so that like for a group like ours, we could post in the Facebook group, the LeggLife Facebook group, hey, like if you want to chat with other people, share your chat code and you can connect with people. Because you don't get your chat code until you get basically to the port. And at that point, there's some people that are no longer using like the app or no longer using like Wi-Fi. So I wish you had the chat code a couple days in advance, and I wish you could search by name. So that's what I wish. And the app was glitchy every now and then.
Yeah.
Like you'd send something and it would eventually go through.
And my app, like the night before, so like the night everybody was out at karaoke and I was being lame and sleeping in the bedroom, I texted Adam and he said something about Lindsay just killing it in Hamilton. And I like texted back and my app like refreshed and went away. Like I had no access to any of the rest of the app, the whole rest of the cruise from like the night before. And I was like, we don't get off the cruise for 12 hours.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was weird. Like it just refreshed itself and then went away. And totally. I was like,
Mariah asked a question, said, who's the Lace you keep mentioning? That is Lacey from Our Z-Roll. In fact, if you guys haven't seen it, we put out a video a couple videos ago that basically highlights all of the other vlog channels that were on this cruise with us.
Yep.
And we encourage you guys to go follow them on Instagram, go subscribe to them on YouTube, because they're already starting to roll out cruise vlogs.
Yep.
So go back, check out that video, links to all of their stuff, go support them, go follow them, go show them lots and lots of love.
Yep.
And go watch all of their cruise stuff, because Lord knows we're going to be as well. Let's see. Kevin says on the next cruise, LeggLife Cruise should be encouraged to text their code to accept your number before the ship takes off, so it creates a directory so they can download. See, Kevin, this is why I need to talk to you.
I don't know what any of those words mean.
No. We did have Mickey Waffles.
We sure did.
Corla, love your hat. And Sherri, your hair looks great.
Thank you.
What a combination.
Yeah.
What shows?
They had Frozen and Disney Dreams.
And it was done a little bit different.
They did it 2 nights in a row.
Yep. So 2 nights of Frozen, 2 nights of Dreams. I will say
they had no variety acts.
Nope, no variety acts like the jugglers and magicians, that kind of stuff around the ship. There was none of.
Atrium people.
Yeah, none of that stuff. So that was a bit of a bummer, to be honest. I do wonder if you were on the ship for like a long cruise, because they're just redoing a lot of acts a lot.
Maybe. What
that would be like, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, let me get caught up. How did it go handing out thank you cards to crew members?
Pretty good. We didn't hand out all of them. We tried.
I bet we handed out 15 of the 20.
I thought you could only order food from the app. Did they still have paper? Did no paper menus?
If you asked, you could get a paper menu.
Oh, okay.
If you wanted a paper menu, you could get a paper menu.
Okay, but everything was on the app. The whole, Yeah. So they had like the QR codes on every table that would take you straight to that menu. But then they also like every menu for every restaurant was always on the app, so you could just find it.
Wi-Fi. How much was it? So the package I bought was $89 for 1,000 megabytes, and that lasted me all 4 days. And I was able to update our Instagram stories. You guys saw that, Instagram posts. I was able to stay up a little bit. I do want to give a huge, huge, huge thank you to Auburn, who actually monitored our YouTube comments and stuff while we were away.
Yeah.
Because that would be, okay, it's the internet. It goes south quick, right? Like there's trolls and the trash needs to be taken out when it's ready to go.
Yep.
And so it did make me a little bit nervous thinking about like our channel just kind of sitting there for a number of days unmonitored. Mm-hmm. And so I just want to thank her for doing that and for offering that. That was,
she jumped in and monitored.
That was huge for us.
Let's
see. Do you put the number in for the chat? Does it show the person's name? Yes.
But you have to have that number first.
It doesn't always show their name because they can change what name it shows, because about halfway through the cruise, Michaela changed her name to like 2-time national champion Michaela Medford, which was hilarious.
It made me laugh.
Let's see. I still think Disney should do, Jordan. Sorry, Jordan. McClay by your Christian name. This was a conversation we had on board, and I don't know if you were there.
I think I was.
Were you?
Wrong answers only.
You guys, how funny would this be to do like a Disney trivia, but wrong answers only? And then like let people vote. Essentially,
the best wrong answer.
Basically, it would just call me Jordy. Basically, it would be like what Justin and I naturally would answer questions. Who even cares?
Who even cares? Y'all were just salty you didn't know the answers.
Jordy and I were disappointed in Match Your Mate. We wanted the tea. Okay, Match Your Mate. No, we'll keep it clean. But the whole point of Match Your Mate is when it gets, I don't want to say raunchy, but it's when people tell stories that it's like, yo, you just said that to a room of 100 people. like we all know that story now. Right. They were all boring. They were like,
they all knew the right answers. They all knew each other too well.
And they were like, their stories were like, where was the most interesting place you've like, what was it? Like discovered the magic. And they were all hotels. You're supposed to do that in a hotel anyway. That's not an original or crazy place. Like if your answer is your hotel or like an apartment you lived in, no, that's what those places are for. Hotels exist for that.
Although one of them was like at the hotel celebrating the mother's 50th birthday.
See, even that's not, it's still a hotel.
It's still a
that's
hotel.
what you're supposed to do at hotels.
Yeah.
Hotels exist for one reason, and it's that. So there were no good answers. There was one answer that said in the car, in her parents' driveway. That was the best answer. They win. Sorry.
They did not do the diaper dash. I don't know that they had any kids on board.
They did not do the diaper dash.
Babies.
Nope. Sorry.
Character meet and greets. They didn't do meet and greet. They did appear in waves.
Yeah, they don't do meet and greets. They do appear in waves.
So they would stand on the stairs kind of behind you, and you would be masked up, and you just sort of.
Such a dumb name.
I know. But you still get to see all the characters.
Oh, she'd rather be called Jordy. Fine, I'll call you Jordy. Family Channel, Adam. Sorry. People go ahead of time. Let's see. Sorry. Favorite restaurant. What was it, Sherri?
Oh. I don't know. Probably Tiana's, just because it's always amazing.
Let's talk Paulo. Mary, let's talk Paulo. We are going to do a Paulo video, dedicated Paulo video.
Yeah.
But we will talk a little bit about Paulo. We did brunch and we did dinner.
Right.
Both of them were great.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them were very different than before.
Very different.
We've done brunch and dinner pre-COVID. Here's what I want to say to all of you out there. Okay, you guys ready? Just you and me. Listen to me. To all of you out there who have been to Paulo before, I want you to lay down your experience, your expectations, and what you expect when you walk through the doors of Paulo from this point forward.
Yep.
Do not compare current or future Paulo to past Paulo and expect to have the same experience.
Right.
Paulo was different.
Not less than.
Not
different.
Less than, but different. In fact, one of the things that I told Sherri is that I think, so I'll use dinner as an example because the dinner has changed a lot.
Yep.
I think that before, Paulo was such an over the top. It was almost too good of a deal. Paulo was almost too good of a deal before. And so any change they make was going to hurt it. It is a big change. Do I like it before better? Of course I do. I like brunch before better, and I like dinner before better. Both were still great.
Yeah.
Okay? Just go into it knowing it's going to be different, but we still enjoyed both. Yeah. I remember going to Disney where characters were always accessible. We made the Disney experience so much more exciting.
Yeah.
I felt like there were a ton of characters on the ship.
There were characters everywhere. You just couldn't hug them.
Yep, you couldn't hug them.
You could still get pictures with them, and they were dancing, and they were doing their thing.
Did you guys meet any vloggers that you didn't mention in your pre-cruise vlogger list? So we met a couple of people, or I met a couple of people who were just kind of testing out the vlogging. They were sort of like recording some things and kind of maybe seeing if they wanted to do YouTube, that sort of thing. So,
who's that?
One of the couples we talked to after mixology, or the martini tasting.
Oh.
The couple we talked to.
Okay.
He's the one who came up and like asked, like, you guys have a YouTube channel. So they weren't part of our group, but like recognized us from YouTube stuff. And I noticed they were filming stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Who else is trying to get a free Disney cruise? Nah, I'll pay. Let's see. Carol Carnes, Adam, and Sherri are making us wait. Sad face. We are making you guys wait. We're doing another viewer cruise. We talked about it earlier in this live stream. If you're just joining us,
give you dates.
Go watch the replay.
Later.
We'll give you dates here in a couple of weeks. Sleepwalking Goofy, nobody that I know of. Did anybody in here see Sleepwalking Goofy? We have a lot of cruisers.
We also never did Cake of the Day. We asked about Cake of the Day one time, and it didn't sound good, so we didn't get it. But
I've had so many comments on my new job about my Be Kind for No Reason sticker, which has then led to questions about my leg life and our Z-Roll stickers. That's hilarious. I love that. I love that. So no Sleepwalking Goofy that I saw at all. And I will say, many of us were up definitely late enough to see him. I love this community because it's a bunch of late night people. Anything else on the cruise we want to talk about? So remember, Viewer Cruise Day 1 video coming out tomorrow morning. Same time as we always post our videos. It is a 52-minute vlog. I'm really happy with it. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I do want to say to keep in mind as you watch future days videos, when we cruise, we share what our experience is like. That's one of the things with LeggLife is that we name it that because we want you, like, we just want to share what we're doing with you. This cruise was different for us. This cruise wasn't about the ship. It wasn't about the activities. It wasn't about the meals as much. It wasn't about all that kind of stuff. This cruise for us was about the people. So we did less on this cruise than we have in previous cruises. But we got to spend so much more time with people. And so just know that these vlogs will be different than previous cruise vlogs. But I do have to say, after watching tomorrow's video several times now, I'm really happy with it. So I can't wait for you guys to see it. I hope it's an Alaskan cruise. I would totally do an Alaskan cruise. Maybe eventually an Alaskan cruise. I don't think it'll be on Disney because we can't afford an Alaskan cruise on Disney. Right. Does anybody want to sponsor that? Can we get a sponsor? Are there any business owners in here who want to become the title sponsors of the LeggLife Viewer Cruises moving forward? Let's chat.
Podcast viewers both said you're tired, feeling more rested. I have a lot of makeup on to make me look a little more rested because I did not. What time did you come to bed last night? Like 3 a.m.
About 3 a.m. I finished editing.
I went to bed a lot earlier than that. So I got quite a bit of sleep. But we both slept until about 9 o'clock this morning.
About 9 o'clock we woke up.
So it's probably going to take me a little bit longer to bounce back. I think I was more exhausted than him.
Yeah, you were more exhausted. And I will say that this is probably the biggest outing you've had since your sickness. Haul videos.
Biggest and longest.
We are doing a haul video because we bought a bunch of stuff.
We were also given a bunch of stuff.
We were given a bunch of stuff. So we're going to combine all of that in a haul video.
Yep.
We are also going to be doing 2 giveaways. Just so you guys know, we're going to be doing we bought stuff on our Disney cruise to do a giveaway for our patrons over on Patreon. So we have a giveaway for them. We're also going to do a giveaway on our channel. We also bought a poop ton of postcards on the cruise to mail to our patrons.
Yeah.
In fact, I want to give a shout out to Lowe in merchandise on the Disney Cruise Line, who came through to get me all the postcards that I needed.
Correct.
She was the real hero.
Was there any different kind of Halloween food? I don't think so.
It was all of the Halloween stuff, as far as food goes, I feel like is what we've seen before.
Yeah, and they didn't do like a pirate night dinner.
No, the menu.
Yeah,
nope.
They did an international food, like a food from around the world kind of thing. That was the night that we were in Palo, so we didn't get that one, but we heard it was good. Like it had all different kinds of like food.
That's why you were buying postcards. I was curious about that. Yeah, yes, that's why. Also, postcards on Disney Cruise Line are very expensive. Just
Yes.
FYI.
Yes.
$2.49 a postcard. Yo,
Ooh,
$2.49 a postcard. Disney.
kind of insane.
Good for you. Because I didn't bat an eye at it. I was like,
Okay.
it's for our people. It's for our people.
What are we doing for Halloween? We don't know yet.
We have no Halloween plans. Disney doesn't do Glacier Bay. Princess are better. Yeah, I think we'll do another cruise line for Alaska probably. Let's see. Okay. Are we good? What do you think?
I think so.
We've done this for an hour, you guys. So I think we are probably going to wrap up this live stream. The viewer cruise was beyond anything I could have imagined.
It was better than expectation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I asked Sherri where it falls on her list of cruises that we've done with Disney. And you said
Tied with first.
Tied with your
Tied
best
for
cruise.
first.
I think for me, it was my favorite cruise. And it's so crazy because like the itinerary was like it's a simple 4-day cruise, right? Like there's no reason that this cruise should have been my favorite, but it was you guys that made it my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it wasn't the itinerary, it wasn't the ship, it was the crew on board. I want to tell one more story before we wrap this up. And this is the story that I'm taking. This is the number one thing that I'm taking with me from this cruise. So I'll tell one story here in a second, but it was you guys for sure that made this cruise my favorite. It really did feel like summer camp with the most amazing group of people.
Yeah.
So here's the kind of challenge that I got off the ship with. So we went to Palo for brunch on our second day, I think. No, dinner. Went to Palo for dinner on our second night. And we walked into Palo and we walk in and the first person I see is a server named Ritesh, who was our server on the Disney Fantasy on our last Disney cruise in January 2020.
With Desi and Maddie.
With Desi and Maddie. And I just like, I couldn't believe I was seeing him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's been amazing. Like he was such a good server for us. We had such great conversation. And so to like walk in and see him, and then he comes over to us and we talked for a while. He wasn't our server, actually. We had another server who was
also phenomenal.
But Ritesh comes over and talks to us for a while, and he was telling us about what it was like for him to get the call back to work after being gone
for 18 months.
Mm-hmm. And he was telling us just kind of about his story of what life has been like since we last saw him.
Mm-hmm.
Because like we saw him.
He was on our last cruise.
We saw him in February of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
In March of 2020, he is like, there's no more cruising.
Mm-hmm. He's out of a job.
He's out of a job.
Yeah. And
so we walk in, and so he's telling us kind of what life's been like. And obviously he knows we have a YouTube channel. And of all the things he said, there was this moment that he just like looked at us, and he was talking about how great it is that it's back, but there's still so many people who aren't working because the ships aren't at capacity. And like he wants everybody to come back, right? He wants everybody who is still even out of work with Disney Cruise Line to come back. And he just he just looked at us, and I don't think I'll ever forget it. He was just like, tell everybody it's safe. We're back. He was like, tell them to come back. Like, please tell them to come back. And it just felt like this, I don't know, like this plea almost. Mm-hmm. And so for us, it was like, well, that's something we can do, right? Like we have a platform where we can tell people that we cruised during COVID. We felt incredibly safe. It was the best service we've ever had on any Disney cruise. The itinerary and the ship were spectacular. Like everything about our experience was wonderful. And so for us, it's like, that kind of feels like, I don't know, our charge sort of is to like tell you guys.
Yeah. Go cruise.
Yeah. Like it's okay. Like
Yeah.
it's safe. It's great. And so I don't know. That was one of the most touching moments to me was hearing Ritesh tell us about his experience, and then just kind of like his, please tell everybody.
Yeah.
Like tell them to come back. So
we are.
Go book a cruise. Or wait a couple weeks and then we'll tell you when the Viewer Cruise 2.0 is, and you can join us as we sail out of you thought I was going to say it. In the year
spit.
I did spit on you.
Gross.
I do apologize for that. Let's see, looking for your vlog, safe trip. Anita, wait, is Anita's flying out?
Yep.
Boarding my flight. Bye, Anita.
Contact him if you have any editing questions.
My heart, that is so sweet. It broke our hearts to hear our servers say that they normally have twice as many tables to serve, and they make most of their money on tips.
Yeah, Corinne, our server for brunch and dinner in Palo, said that we were her only table. She's like, "Thank you for showing up because you're my only table tonight."
Yep.
One table.
Anita's YouTube channel. Travel by Anita.
Travel by Anita. Yep.
Tell us Jordy says, tell us the date, and I will. Thanks, moderator Zero. All right, friends, there you go. That's what it is. Love you guys so much. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with us for an hour on a Sunday night.
Yep.
It was a great cruise. And tomorrow morning, I'm so excited to get your feedback on day one. The longest video we've ever posted on LeggLife. 52 minutes, our longest cruise vlog.
Yep.
You guys, thanks for making our community so freaking special. We love you guys. Yeah. Bye, friends.
We will see you later.
Yes. Bye.